Lots of Mortal Kombat news to discuss today. However, I lost my voice at Combo Breaker, so please bear with me. My voice is returning little by little, but even so, I'm scared to raise my voice even slightly because Street Fighter 6 is almost here, and I want to make a bunch of guides for that game, so my voice needs to come back, and I'm trying not to hinder that process. So once again, please bear with me. Hopefully, this is the one video where I sound like this. First up, let's talk about how you can play Mortal Kombat 1 early for free. That's right, there's actually a stress test coming up, and this will take place before the beta, which is happening in August. I first learned about this at Combo Breaker, and it blew my mind because only a week ago the game was revealed, and already they're talking about a stress test, and yes, you can sign up. If you go to the Mortal Kombat game support website, they even have an FAQ. Let's have a quick look at that. What is the Mortal Kombat 1 online stress test? The intention of this stress test is to stress our online servers in preparation for the September 19th launch of Mortal Kombat 1. But here's the interesting part. Is the online stress test a beta? No, the test is not a beta. It is a true stress test. The purpose is to deliberately stress our online infrastructure and identify potential issues ahead of the game's launch. The test is also unrelated to the Mortal Kombat 1 pre-order beta that has been announced for August 2023. Alright, so the beta in August is going to be different from the stress test. What could that mean exactly? It could be the stress test simply has access to fewer characters, but still enough to get players excited to make sure you're online playing and therefore can truly stress test the servers. Or it could be possible this stress test is a different mode entirely. What about an online conquest mode? Think about that for a second. How sick would it be if conquest mode is online co-op? Or at the very least has an option to play online co-op with your buddies. That would be incredible. I would love that personally. And it could be the stress test is closer to that. It's not the actual beta where you play as the characters, but even so, it will still stress test the servers in a different way, possibly in a different game mode. And once again, this stress test is completely free. The only thing you have to do is sign up for a WB Games account, but that's completely free, and it's honestly no hassle at all. It takes less than a few minutes. However, it's worth noting the stress test is not on PC or the Nintendo Switch. It's only for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series XS. But I bet most of you are asking, when does this stress test finally take place? When is the exact date? Now, sadly, there is no specific date late. It says on the website they're going to announce it later. However, since this stress test is different from the beta test that you get for pre-ordering the game, we can safely assume the stress test does take place before that beta. And once again, the beta is in August, which means this stress test could be taking place in July, or honestly, even as early as June. Anything's possible. I mean, they're announcing it really early, so the stress test could actually take place in the next month. But now it's time for topic number 2, the setting of Mortal Kombat 1. A lot of people assumed that because this game takes place in Liu Kang's new era, that the story could actually be a prequel and take place during the time of the Great Kung Lao, or possibly even the very first Mortal Kombat tournament, which is a really fun theory and made plenty of sense because Mortal Kombat 11 ended with Liu Kang going to the past during the Great Kung Lao era. In fact, he is training the Great Kung Lao personally. And as a result, it makes sense that a lot of fans would expect this next game to take place during that time period. However, that does not appear to be the case. Because if you look closely in the background, you can see certain devices that were not available until the modern 21st century. For example, there's straight up a satellite on that rooftop in the distance. That was not available several hundred years ago. And in fact, there's also light bulbs and various other equipment in the background that require electricity. So yeah, it does not look like this game takes place in the past. It just so happens that those particular areas we see have a very old school type of architecture. So after looking over all these key pieces of evidence, it's very clear that Mortal Kombat 1 takes place in the modern day, or at least very close to the modern day. It's just in a new era, which honestly is a good thing overall because it explains why Sub-Zero and Scorpion are here, and it also means characters like Sonya Blade and Jax could show up. If this game took place in the past, they would have no chance of being in the game except for maybe DLC, because a lot of the time DLC is not canon. In fact, this means the Combat Kids could even show up, right? If it takes place in the modern day, there could be a time skip and then we have the Combat Kids, or it could even take place during a time when the Combat Kids are already adults. I know some people hate the Combat Kids, but I'm just saying, if you have a character that takes place during the modern day, or even slightly in the future around the Mortal Kombat 11 era, then it's very possible those characters you love could still be in this game, which I think is cool. Would I have enjoyed a Mortal Kombat game that took place in the past and was a prequel? Yes, absolutely. I think it would have been really cool, but WB and NetherRealm are playing it a bit more safe by having the main story mode take place during the modern day, and I think in the long run that's going to be a good decision. And hey, it could be possible the Conquest mode still allows you to start off in the past and see what things were like before the very first Mortal Kombat. Very similar to Deception, only this time the graphics are going to be much, much better. And next up, real quick, I wanted to talk about Drahmin because it's very possible that Ed Boon already leaked him being in the game, which on the one hand is really cool, but hold your applause flaws because it seems very likely that he is going to be a cameo character. And the reason I say that is this tweet right here. Somebody asks, can Drahmin be in the game? And Ed Boon replies, as a playable character, not likely. And as I've already covered in past videos, the cameo characters are not the same as the main roster of characters that are fully playable. They are completely separate rosters. Over here are the fully playable characters, and over here are the cameo characters, who I assume play like assist characters, but there's not very much data on that. As of right now, nobody knows for sure how the cameo characters are going to play exactly. But even so, I just find it really cool that Drahmin is coming back because I've already made a full video on this guy, believe it or not. He did high damage and had a very unique playstyle in Mortal Kombat. And even though everybody makes fun of him, even myself from time to time, I think he's a very unique concept, and if redesigned could come back and be really, really cool. And the good news is he is coming back. I'm like 95% sure that he's coming back as a cameo fighter in Mortal Kombat 1. And hopefully he gets a really cool looking redesign. Fingers crossed for that. I'm hoping the cameo characters have a full redesign, because that way, even if they're not fully playable, at the very least we get to see a cool new look for the character. And now finally, to end this video, I wanted to talk about a dark topic that's being discussed by a lot of people on the Mortal Kombat forums. Some people theorize the recent trailer is actually the start of Mortal Kombat 1, as in all of these characters you see are dead, with the exception of Fire God Liu Kang and also Raiden, because keep in mind we don't see him die in the trailer. And as a result, these two sole survivors either reset the timeline and try to prevent Shang Tsung from killing all of these allies, or there's a time skip and we see what happens in the future after the fallout of all these characters dying. Now, I don't think any of these theories are super likely, because if they are true, I'm a bit worried. I'm tired of revenants. I don't want to see good guys come back as villain zombies. I'm tired of that. If you want to have their allegiances changed, then fine, have them do a heel turn. Maybe Raiden is evil in this game. That's fine. Maybe Jade is evil in this game. That's fine. Maybe Reptile is a good guy in this game. I think everybody would love to see that because it makes it more likely that he gets a chapter in story mode. And how about my girl Frost? I would love to see a good version of Frost who's a loyal ally to Sub-Zero. That would be very interesting. Stuff like that sounds fantastic. Have all the heel turns and face turns that you want. I'm just tired of revenants and evil zombie counterparts, which is why I'm hoping these theories are fake. I don't think NetherRealm is going to do the whole kill every hero at the start and then have them be villains thing. Nor do I think they're going to try the combat kits again, or even a new generation of fighters taking the place of the main heroes. I seriously doubt that NetherRealm debuted the fan favorite characters in this trailer just to have them be dead at the start of story mode. I don't think it's very likely. But as you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make your voices heard. And then while you're down there, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs. There's new shirts in the merch store. Link down below in the pinned comment and video description. Every one of these new designs was 100% made by me. First up, we have Combat Girl. She may look familiar if you look close enough, but one thing's for sure, you're gonna look amazing wearing this shirt. But then we have one of my favorites, Knockout Girl. In fact, I'm wearing this shirt right now. Check it out. Mine's an all-over print, but you don't have to go this big if you don't want to. But what I love the most about this shirt is that her hair color and glasses and lipstick all changes based on the color of the shirt. And no matter which color you pick, you're gonna look good. Maybe not as cool as the ninja though, because she looks incredible. She has the fox mask, the dagger, all that cool stuff. Or how about the waifu shirt? Check out those abs, and hey, she stole my mask. Then again, it looks better on her anyway, so I guess she can keep it. And check out this design, which has them both. Choose your fighter. And then finally, we have Love to Fight. I'm a big fan of cyberpunk, and that definitely inspired this design. All these shirts and more can be found at my merch store, so once again, check out that link down below in the pinned comment or video description, because every purchase that you make directly supports the channel.